Hi, I'm Joe Revita from Empire Music, empiremusic.com in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. We are one of only 25 worldwide Martin custom shop expert dealers. We bring you the best Martin stuff. You can check it out at empiremusic.com. See everything right there. You know we do a full professional factory setup, meaning we dial your guitar in when you purchase it to exact the low end of the spec, dialing in the low end of the action, no buzz, make sure it is exquisite, give you the best version of that guitar. You can see everything we sell right at empiremusic.com, all original photos, no stock photos. You chat with us through the site, give us a call at the shop, and we will help you out. There are good days, there are great days, and then there are days like today. And today, I'm excited because we are showing you the first 00042 Martin guitar we've had in a really, really long time. I love this guitar. I love the 00042. To me, it is the perfect songwriter guitar. Everything about it is just gorgeous and comfortable, and it's a great confluence of building techniques, materials, beauty, craftsmanship coming together in this like unbelievable playing experience. Obviously, this is kind of like a pinnacle guitar, right? It's not inexpensive. It comes through the Martin Custom Shop, which is really important because I don't know if people know this. Some places, some brands have custom guitars, but the building process is the same. Martin actually has a true custom shop. It's a special team of builders with special materials giving you the best of everything. What I love, let's just break down, I'll get into what I love about it in a second, but what I should tell you about it is 000 body shape, which means it's the same as an OM. The big difference, and they make an OM42 as well, which we stock. The 000 has a little bit shorter scale, 24.9 inch scale. So from here to here, 24.9 inches, a little slinkier, a little bassier. So the play is a little easier. That first position for moving around, bar chords, etc., since it's a little closer to us and not as much string tension, we have a little easier playing experience. And like I said, a little bit darker. 1 3/4 inch nut width. But the soul of the guitar is the Sitka spruce top and the beautiful East Indian rosewood. This one just came out of the case. It still has a case fuzz on there because there's nothing you can do when you get this guitar out of the case initially. You can get that fuzz off there. So it's just a really gorgeous guitar, mahogany neck, ebony fingerboard and bridge. And then you talk about all the pearl inlay that's done, all done by hand around the exterior, the top of the guitar, sound hole, neck extension, the snowflakes up and down the fingerboard, and my favorite headstock logo. Check out that headstock logo. That just screams beautiful. Grover vintage tuners. Finish it off. Scallop bracing inside, 5/16 of an inch thick, all done by hand. What you'll notice that there's like spec sheets, right? And you can look at a spec sheet of a guitar and it may read, and we run this all day long. There's always like an import version of something that's got like kind of a similar looking spreadsheet, or even like a 00028 to this model, right? The handwork that goes into this guitar, the wood sourcing that goes into this guitar just takes it to a special tier. It's immediately noticeable when you put your hands on the instrument. Something I would tell you, if you were gonna buy a guitar from us, and it's online, which is most of you, we're glad to put it in our hands and tell you about it, and we will be always honest in our impressions. If you're in person touching a guitar, how I buy guitars when a manufacturer releases something, tone, we can talk about tone, and tone is subjective, especially when you're doing what I'm doing, which is bringing in often many types of guitars, like, the sound of one I might prefer to the other, but I'm looking for a certain quality and characteristic, and you can always find it in how much the body moves on an acoustic guitar. You put an instrument against your body and you strum it, and we want to feel that guitar moving against our body. If we're not feeling that, that's always caution depending on the price range you're in. Obviously, if we're maybe under $1,000, it's just like you're not going to expect it as much as in a guitar that's $2,000 to $3,000, or if you get to a category like this, what you'd expect. But this instrument, when you touch it, look out, it is screaming. It just feels like you can almost visualize the energy that's occurring from an amazing bracing pattern being expertly executed with premium materials, lacquer finish, and dovetail neck joint, just all the precise things that Martin does to make so many touch points on this guitar. If you think about, general physics, vibrations will lose energy if there's less touch points. This is 5/16 inch bracing, so it's a little thicker, keeping that kind of definition that you hope for, but by scalloping it gives us the momentum. Again, you put a lacquer finish on it, which is very organic, and then a very difficult to use dovetail neck joint, which is Martin has introduced. Obviously it was their design, but it's really their design in modern guitars, but they've mastered it probably in the last 5 or 6 years in terms of making action really low and easy to play, and consistently so you get all these touch points and the sound just and that's why it's like, I love to play guitar, and it's like just I'm a strummer and like have some fun with it, but you hear just in that intro, just picking those individual notes, the character that occurs, really, really nice. Now, as you know, if you watch any of the videos that I do, I like to focus on two things: dynamic range and balance. Two characteristics that I find that no matter what price range I'd be buying a guitar in, I'd want the best of dynamic range, and or I'd want to know the dynamic range depending on what vibe you're going for, and then balance. I want to know how even the instrument is so it fits my knees. You're going to see here that in this body shape, an orchestra body shape, this guitar would hang with bigger guitars for sure. I mean, it's a very powerful instrument. And then rosewood guitars have extra bass, extra treble, reduced mids. They're scooped out, right, suppressed. So oftentimes you'll find these guitars have trouble being voiced through the middle. On this instrument, because of the bracing and the body shape, I think you're going to find that the guitar is very nice. And even though there is more bass and is more treble, the mids are really heard nicely. So let's go through those two features and see what you think. Well, sometimes when I do these demos, I always feel like I have a really good handle of what's about to happen, but sometimes you do get a little extra surprise. Here, the sustain is when you play that low note on, when you get to this G here on that individual pick through when we're doing dynamic range, at the beginning, you hear the sustain and how long it sustains, and that note does not warble. It just hits and it holds. Really, really impressive. That is hard to do. And if I would challenge you to go into a guitar shop and find, go and play that note and see how that note holds. This is a prime example. It's incredible, super powerful note. That I knew. It's just like when you play it lightly, you get tons of character. As you push harder. It gives you tons of beautiful overtones, but it's still defined. Chef's kiss, phenomenal, great. Balance. What's really cool about this guitar is since it's so powerful, the mids really just kind of like have a very powerful voice, which to me is super important. It's just like the reality, as I always say, it's like you strum through these 6 strings because we want to hear them all. Giving those notes a place to be heard. And if you are a fingerstyle player or a lead player and you want a ton of nuance through there, you're gonna get all of the feedback from the guitar that you're giving it. You know, it's like if you're telling it to do something, it's gonna follow your lead, which is phenomenal. So balanced exquisitely. I love this guitar. I wish we were able to get more of them. We wait for a 42 model, probably 12 to 16 months to get one, you know, because the purling takes forever. The custom shop build process is very slow because it's time consuming. It really heightens the value of the instrument and it's immediately apparent in your hands. We're here for everything Martin Guitars. We will help you design a custom. We will present to you the best version of Martin Guitars, not only because we select great guitars from them, we do a full pro setup to factory spec before you get it, so it will be dialed in fully, insured, delivered safely here at Empire. So check out empiremusic.com, see our huge Martin selection. Subscribe to our YouTube channel if you dig our content. We'd really love that. Catch up with you more often. You can chat with us through the site. You can talk 0%, whatever you want, trade-ins. We're your spot. I'm Joe from Empire Music. This is the Martin 00042. And we are Empire Music. Thanks so much for watching.